This new song rules. The addition of Toad on guitar and Chet on vocals has elevated our creativity substantially, and I've got to say, I'm really enjoying our current trajectory.
Hell yeah, it does. We need to record the song ASAP. The world needs to hear it. What's it about?
Oh, you like that? Yeah, it's about fungal preservation and the impact that us humans have on the spore population. Did you know that if humans went from using 2-ply to 1-ply toilet paper, that we could essentially...
Fuck yeah, that's hard. Not the tree hugger bullshit, but the tripping balls in the desert part. I like that.
That's not what he said.
Ah, fuck you fucking melting ice cap. There's fungus among us and I'm fucking here for it.
Say fuck again.
Fuck's sakes.
Yeah, I really don't like that word. But he gets it.
So who are you guys thinking we record with? Is there an engineer that you've worked with in the past? What's our budget?
Our budget was $0. But now that we have your 2 cents, we still can't afford shit.
Yeah, let's just do what we did for our 2007 debut EP, I Want to Hurt You on the Ground. Set up an iPhone in the middle of the room, hit record. People love that section of our catalog.
We don't have a catalog. That's our only release.
Yeah, well, no shit, numbnuts, but people still love that album.
That release lacked any credible fidelity and sounds like a cacophony of mediocre playing and subpar recording standards. I understand that fiscally, we're lacking in order to provide a professional quality single to whatever fans we may have left, but we owe it to our 9 monthly Spotify listeners to reintroduce Priest Fister with a quality recording.
Spotify's run by communists.
I have an idea that I think could work, and we could still go the free route. I've been watching a bunch of YouTube videos on proper mic placement and mixing. I even have GarageBand on my MacBook Air. So we could just use our iPhones, and if you're up for it, you could give the new guy a shot, and I'd be honored to see what I could do with the songs. I mean, you guys have been my favorite band since I was 13.
Wow, brother, that's incredibly heartwarming. How old are you anyway?
I'm 14.
Brother, you're young, you're smart, you're talented, you have overdrive pedals that are perfect for an old vintage amp. Like, is there anything you can't do?
I cannot legally drive.
Okay, Pinky Brain, let's give your way a shot.
Those are 2 completely different characters.
It's a fucking rat retard.
Your band just finished writing a killer new song and the world needs to hear it. But your bass player got fired for doing whippets in the parking lot at work, and your drummer's never had a job in his life. So paying for a professional recording in a nice studio with a producer and an engineer is off the table. And then there's mixing. Holy shit, how are you gonna pay for a professional mix and master? The hardcore purist in your band says,
What if we just put my iPhone in the middle of the room while we play the song?
you've heard those recordings, they're not good. And besides appeasing the old heads who control the narrative of what is and isn't good, there's not really a point to putting out a recording that sounds like it was engineered, mixed, and mastered by a garbage disposal. But then it dawns on you. What if you watched a few videos about mic placement and mixing, pretended your iPhone was an SM57, and tried to get the best possible recording using only what's in your pocket, in your practice space, and free on the internet? Can it be done? I don't know. So today we're gonna find out. Can I record, mix, and release an entire song that sounds decent using nothing but my iPhone? Let's test it and see what happens. Alright, so getting ready to track drums. I'm gonna be using my buddy Daniel's super cool Thomas Star Classic drum kit. And I'm just going to be using the one microphone, which is my iPhone 15 Pro Max right here. We'll be using voice memos to record. And I basically kind of had to rig this mic stand with a car mount phone clip that my daughter uses for her iPad for long trips. And I basically taped that with some gaff tape there to the end of this mic stand. And hey, Future Landon here. I just wanted to interject real quick and say, what the fuck are those? Please like and subscribe so I can buy new shoes. Ultimately, I'm going to turn it like so. Stick it down there kind of like a crotch mic or a hog mic, whatever you want to call it. Point it at the side of the snare drum, just kind of over the edge of the kick right here. And hopefully, just like I would use a regular crotch mic, like a 57 or an MD421, it will pick up the attack of the beater for the kick drum. It'll pick up enough snare, and hopefully the cymbals aren't too harsh. We will find out though. So let's get started with that. So I tried tracking first using the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which I now have up there on my tripod, because the audio, for some reason with the 15 Pro Max, anytime the audio slightly clips or it gets a little loud, it cuts out. I don't know if that phone has a hardware issue. I don't know what's going on, but I just did a test take with my daily phone, my 16 Pro Max, mounted right here, and no clipping issue. So we are going to do another take with the 16 Pro Max, which might be the phone we're using to actually record the audio moving forward. So that's fun. So after a few fuck ups, and a couple good takes that I was happy with. Okay, let's try a fifth take. I finally got my drum take and I was ready to move on to guitars. Moving on to the first guitar, we're gonna do the VHT Pitbull 50 CL into my 16 ohm PV MSA cab with Celestion K85s. This is how I have the iPhone 16 Pro Max on the cab. Straighten that out just a little bit here. And you can't probably see very well, but it's right where the cap and the cone meet. So we are gonna see how that sounds. For the second guitar, I'm using an early 80s JCM 800 2204. It's a 50 watter. I've got it turned around here so I didn't have to blast my ears with guitar straight out of the cab. For bass, we're gonna use my buddy Rick's orange 4-stroke 500 with the Ampeg 8x10. We are miking this Ampeg 8x10 similar to how we did guitars, a little more cone than cap though, just to try to grab some of that low end, and hopefully the iPhone can pick that up. In addition to the orange amp for bass, we're also using the HX Effects, and we're just using the 0 amp bass DI, kind of like a Sans amp in front of it. And then I've just got my Zool on to cut down on some of the noise because it gets noisy. Let's do it. This is Andy Rhodes. Andy's gonna do vocals for this song.
I fuck your bitch!
All right, I just shut down Logic here at the practice space. I uploaded everything from my phone and the voice memos to Google Drive, and I'm gonna head home and mix it and see what happens. Okay, I am back at home and working through aligning all of the audio files. This isn't going to be a tutorial on track editing or mixing, so you'll see me kind of flying through stuff here on the screen. You can see that I'm using Logic, but you can use whatever DAW you want. At the time of recording this video, we hadn't tracked vocals yet, but vocals will be included on the final mix. So a few things to note: it can be a little tough recording this way since you don't have the ability to directly monitor what you're playing in the DAW like you normally would. So just be sure when you're playing along to your other tracks that you can hear your amp, your own voice well enough to know if you're playing or singing the parts correctly. Second point to note, make sure you set your tempos correctly in your DAW. It makes things a lot easier. Don't forget any tempo changes that may happen in your song either. And this kind of plays into our last point, timelining all of your tracks. Use your ears and your eyes, listen to what's being played, and also look at the peaks and valleys of your audio files and make sure that your instruments are lining up together. They should sound like they're playing together and nothing is dragging or rushing that shouldn't be. As far as mixing goes, I kept it pretty simple, nothing crazy going on. Obviously there's EQing that was done, some compression, some reverb on the vocals. I also added a very light amount of room reverb to the guitars to just kind of make them feel a little more alive. But yeah, I really kept this simple, just to show that this can be done regardless of what tools you have available. As long as you have a song, a phone that can record audio, and a DAW, you should be good to go. Okay, so here's a little sample of the unmixed audio. And here's our finished product.